Welcome back to another daily upload. Today we are taking a look at the all-new 2019 BMW X7. Huge thank you to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. I will have all of their information down in the description below. This is the newest full 3-row seater vehicle from BMW, so it is the largest SUV in the lineup. This one is finished off in black sapphire metallic and has an MSRP just over $84,000. Under the hood is a 4.4-liter twin-power turbocharged V8. This is only paired to the Steptronic 8-speed automatic transmission with steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. This engine produces 456 horsepower at 5,200 RPM and 479 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,500 RPM. It is all-wheel drive, weighs around 5,600 pounds, 0 to 60 can happen in around 5.8 seconds, and with a fuel capacity of 21.9 gallons, you can expect the MPG to be 15 in the city and 21 on the highway. The wheelbase measures 122.2 inches. It has an overall length of 203.3. The width is 78.7 and the height is 71.1 inches. This also has an approach angle of 23 degrees, a breakover angle of 17 degrees, the departure angle is 21 degrees, and the overall ground clearance is 8.7 inches. Starting up front, this comes with adaptive LED headlights with laser light technology. They have a very nice design to them, along with the turn signal running on the entire top section of the headlight. It features the standard kidney-style front grille, finished off in chrome, with active shutters behind it, which will help improve aerodynamics at speed. There's a forward-facing camera hidden nicely in the lower section of the grille, along with 6 forward-facing parking sensors. There's a chrome trim piece running throughout the middle of the bumper, along with a brushed aluminum piece in the lower section, giving it a really nice look. And then moving up to the hood, we have the BMW logo and very clean lines running throughout the hood. Moving to the side, this has 22 by 9.5 inch wheels up front and 22 by 10.5 in the rear. They're finished off in a two-tone design with orbit gray in the center and silver running around the outside. This has the upgraded M Sport brakes. Moving up to the side mirrors, they are power folding and heated, feature the integrated turn signal along with a camera on each side as part of the 3D camera system. There's more chrome trim pieces surrounding the windows, along with down on the lower section of the door sill and behind the front tires. Moving up to the top, this features a full panoramic roof, and then looking at the side profile of the vehicle, continues nicely from the front end with very clean lines running throughout it. And finishing up in the rear with the integrated spoiler and third brake light, the wiper blade is mounted on the lower section to help improve visibility. This comes with LED taillights, a standard backup camera with 6 parking sensors. It features a power liftgate, the M Sport exhaust, and has a towing capacity up to 7,500 pounds. So that is going to finish up the exterior walk-around on the all-new X7. This is the XDrive 40i. Comment down below, what do you guys think of the largest SUV from BMW so far? I can't wait to show you guys the inside of it with the full 3rd-row seating. It definitely has a lot of features to offer. Very clean on the outside too. Nicely finished off with the black and all of the chrome. It's not overdone. It has a really nice design and look to it. And now with the key, we'll go ahead and check out the interior. On the top section, you have unlock. The BMW logo is lock, power liftgate release, and then the panic button is down below that. As long as I have the key on me, I'll just place my hand on the door handle and you will hear it automatically unlock. The door panel is finished off in a nice two-tone leather design with Canberra beige on the top, nice dark purple running along the lower section. There's ambient lighting on the side of the armrest, a nice wood grain trim piece. This features a 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. The release handle is finished off in aluminum, along with lock and unlock and all of the window controls, which are automatic up and down. In front of that is the side mirror controls, along with the power liftgate release. You have some seating adjustments, along with being able to control the rear seats as well. A little bit of storage space down in the lower section. And then moving inside now to the beige leather seats. These are heated and cooled, have a really nice design running throughout the middle, good bolstering support to them. They feature a 16-way power and 4-way power lumbar support. Once inside, we're greeted with a fully wrapped black leather steering wheel. This is heated, of course, has nice brushed aluminum running down the lower section as well as to the left and the right. On the right side, we have your volume controls for the radio, along with tuning, Bluetooth, and hands-free controls. To the left side is all of your cruise control settings. This also has the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. They are finished off in aluminum. To the left of the steering wheel, there's a little cubby storage pocket for anything that you can fit here. You have all of your adjustments for the headlights and fog lights with auto off, your side parking indicators also, along with the brightness for the gauges. There's more brushed aluminum running around one air vent. You have a smaller one on the upper section there. This has the heads-up display, so all of those functions are right there. And then moving down to the gauge setup, you have your fuel and speedometer on the left side, along with your clock and odometer. On the right is your tach, engine temperature, and the outside temperature. And then working our way to the middle, you have one more speaker up top, and then this is the 12.3-inch touchscreen navigation screen. On the left side of the screen, you can see all of your presets. So you have media, we can go into phone, configure all of your different settings there. Click on the home button on the top, we can scroll down to navigation, pull that up full screen. You have car as well with many different settings to go through. You can also control the screen using the rotary dial down below. So you have media, home, your map and navigation, along with your phone. The rotary dial you can twist. You have 4 different spots to click on it, and also in the center, along with back and option behind that. We can go into vehicle status. You can check your tire pressure, your engine oil. We can go down to settings. You can go into your different driving modes with Sport, Individual, and Eco Pro. You can configure all of your lighting along with your turn signal, your daytime running lights, and everything like that. You have your driver assistance as well, so all of these standard safety features. And you can see your navigation, the radio, your phone. You have more data information like your range and average MPG along with a compass. So all of these are configurable for your home screen, basically anything that you'd like to see. Below that screen we have 2 air vents along with more of the brushed aluminum and wood grain. It runs the entire length of the dash, giving it a very nice look on the interior. In the center, we have the hazards and the intelligent safety. Basically, this configures all of your different standard safety features. So going into configure, you can go through your front collision, your lane departure, along with your steering innervation and your active blind spot. And below that, we have a digital screen readout. So this is for the dual zone climate that is in the front. Just by clicking on the fan speed, we can turn both of those on. We can also configure the temperature for each side as well. You have the AC button right in the center. And then just by clicking all of these all the way down, shuts it completely off. You have some other recirc buttons to the left and right, along with the heated seat control for both front seats. Below that is some preset buttons, along with a physical on-off button and volume for the radio, with some other controls to the left and right of that. Moving down to the center, we have more of the wood grain finish and brushed aluminum running to each side. This compartment here, we just push on the bottom there, it'll automatically retract. It will reveal 2 cup holders. You have a 12 volt in the front, along with a USB, little bit of storage space, and a wireless charging port right here. Moving back to the shifter now, we have an unlock to the left of it. We can pull this all the way down into drive, pop it over into manual mode, or use the paddle shifters on the steering wheel, and then just pushing the trigger again and all the way up into reverse. This features the 3D backup camera assistant, so you can see we have one view on the left side along with the top-down view on the right. We can do automatic parking, which will help you obviously park. This has backup assistance, so basically what that does is it remembers your route. So if you're on a curvy driveway or something like that, you can set this program, do your drive. Once you put the car into reverse, it's hands-free. It will automatically remember the path that you took and get you safely back to the beginning. Just by pushing on the top-down view, you can see that 2 other settings appear. We can look at the passenger side of the vehicle, or we can move over to the driver's side. So you definitely have a lot of visibility. We can go to different points of the car, so that way we can see exactly where the car is in relation to this curb here, and you can see that is exactly what I'm next to there. So it's very easy to go around this and have full visibility wherever you are. And last up, sliding this over again, you have a car wash feature. So when you're pulling into an automated car wash, it will perfectly line up your front wheels. That way you don't scrub them or anything like that. To the left of the shifter, you can turn on and off traction control. Pushing on this button here will pull up the rear-facing camera in full screen there. You have your parking sensors along with your engine start-stop feature. Obviously the engine start button is right in the middle there. And then behind that you have your driving modes, Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, and Adaptive, along with the Auto Hold Assist. To the right of that is the electronic parking brake along with the downhill assist control, and you do have different ride heights in this vehicle as well. Moving to the center armrest now, it's finished off in leather with more of the brushed aluminum in the front section. Just by pushing on this, both sides will automatically open up. You have a nice amount of room in there, and the advantage to having this split style here is the driver can still be comfortable while the passenger is getting access. Moving over to the glove box now, you have more brushed aluminum on the release handle. Obviously plenty of storage space for anything that needs to go there. Again, we'll take one more look at the brushed aluminum and wood trim on the dash, and then another look at these very nice leather seats. This does feature the full panoramic roof, and all of those controls are up in the middle. You just push on these buttons here. So with that open, you can see there's plenty of light coming into this vehicle. It also has a separate one for the third row passengers, and those controls are up front next to all of the dome light switches. Now it's time to take a look at the rear seating in the all-new X7. The door panel is of course finished off like up front with the same two-tone leather design. Has a really nice look to it. You get more of that ambient lighting. Brushed aluminum on your side window control and the release handle. These are power reclining seats, which I'll show here soon, and this is a 7-seater. So let's go ahead and hop in the second row. Once inside here, looking at both backrests of the front seats, you have a little bit of storage space down below, along with a USB and a bracket holder here. That way you can place any tablet that you would like to see. You have the ability to charge it and put anything down below that you need. Moving to the center now, you have 2 air vents. This vehicle does feature a 5-zone climate control. So while I said earlier there were 2 up front, you have 2 more for the second row seating, and you have the same adjustments as up front with your fan speed right here. You have temperature on both sides, along with where you'd like the air to go. These are heated, of course. You have an automatic feature and a little bit of storage space underneath those. And then moving down below is 2 more USBs and another 12-volt. Moving on to the legroom now. At 5'10", you can see I have plenty of legroom, no issues there, and I have 7 or 8 inches above my head. So these are very comfortable, very spacious, and then using those controls down on the side of the seat, we can automatically recline these, we can put them forwards, and we can move these seats forward and backwards. So right now you can see that I'm moving them closer to the driver, so that way you have a little bit more access for third row passengers as well. And then pushing this top button automatically puts the seats back into their standard position. And then looking at the center armrest now, you have a little bit of storage space on the back side, and then 2 more cup holders on the front side. So a total of 4 cup holders in the second row. These seats also have a 60-40 split configuration to them. On the driver's side, we have this seat and the middle seat attached. Just by pulling on this power button on the top of the seat, it will automatically fold down flat for you, as you can see, and you still have the adjustments to move the seat forward and backwards. Now making our way to the third row, if you come to the side of these seats and you just push on this button here, it'll automatically bring the seat forwards and up at an angle, giving you great access. So you can see you have plenty of space to enter this third row. And then from here, I'm just gonna push on that back button and we'll see the seat come all the way back towards me now. So now, completely in the third row at 5'10", I have 2 or 3 inches above my head, and then I have a good amount of legroom. I have no complaints. My knees are not even touching the seat, and it moved all the way back. I have plenty of room for my feet. So honestly, you could fit 2 people back here comfortably. I am very impressed. I love the fact too that you have this panoramic roof option for the third row, so it doesn't feel claustrophobic back here. You have large side windows, you can easily see out of the back glass. All of the same features that you get in the first and second row are back here with more of that ambient lighting. You have comfortable armrests along with a cup holder. And if we look up top, this is the 5th climate control. So the third row passengers have access to be able to control how they like the temperature back here. And then just by pushing on that same button to the left side of the seat, it will automatically start to go forwards and tilt all the way up, giving you great access again to make your way out. And then as you can see, the third row has a 50-50 split to them. You can automatically open and close those seats by using these controls here. So by pushing on that one tab, you can see it automatically go back into place. And now it's time to take a look at the rear storage space. I'm just gonna hold the button on the key fob and the power liftgate will automatically open up. You can see that it is a split style design. So the upper section opened up, and then if we walk in and push on this button here, the bottom section will lower. So you can see with the third row up, you still have a good amount of storage space, and with everything folded down, it goes to about 90 cubic feet of storage space. You can easily do that by hitting this max here, which will maximize your cargo capacity, folding down the seats in which there is no one sitting. And if you hit the max button with the little person on it, that will maximize your space for people. You can do each of these seats individually, of course, with folding them up and down. One nice feature that you have back here too, with the height of this load area here, you can push on this button here and that will automatically lower the vehicle, giving you a better load height. And then by pushing on the button on the left side, it will automatically close this and raise the vehicle back up. Finishing it up in the back, we can either push on this button to close it up, or by doing the lock button, it will do both at the same time. So setting off in the all-new X7. So far, without even driving this, I am blown away with this car. I think the interior storage space is phenomenal. For a full-size 3-row seater, obviously you saw that I could fit in the back seats. That's very impressive. That's something you don't see in a lot of 3-row vehicles. And while this isn't technically the first 3-row seater from BMW, the X5 did have it, but it was an option. So it's very hard, or very rare I should say, to see it in the X5, which is why I would consider this the first full-size 3-row seater. But overall, I am very impressed. This is a very quiet vehicle as well. It features double pane glass, which is nice, just gives you a more comfortable driving experience. We'll get on it a little bit here. That 4.4 liter V8 definitely gets up to speed. You know, it's very smooth. I just have it in normal mode right now. But now moving on to the overall visibility. This is a pretty large SUV, of course, but overall it's very easy to see all around. Forward-facing visibility is very easy. The A-pillars are very minimal, so that gives you a great view, of course, to your left and right. Over your left and right shoulder, you can easily see the pillars in the back are not very bulky, but having those large glass windows in the 3rd row definitely helps over your right shoulder, minimizing any blind spots. And then with the panoramic roof open, both in the first 2 rows and in the 3rd row, gives you plenty of light on the inside. It's very open. And then with the camera system, this is my favorite feature. I've reviewed that before in a few other BMW models like the X5 as well. And it's a very easy and cool system to use. You have full visibility all around the car. There's pretty much no blind spots with that system. Cruising now out on the highway, it is very, very quiet on the inside. You'll probably be able to tell I'm not really yelling that much. It is a smooth and comfortable ride. I do have the vehicle in comfort mode. That is the default when you start up the car. So just cruising now, it's very quiet. You can hardly hear the tire or road noise. I'm gonna go ahead and put it into sport mode. It's gonna get a little bit stiffer, and I can feel that change just a little bit, but this is a pretty smooth road that I'm on, so I'm not going to feel that unless I'm going around corners or something like that. Going over to Eco Pro mode now, you'll see everything on the gauge screens turn blue, and this will be our fuel efficient mode. So I'm gonna go back into sport mode. We'll pop it over into the manual mode and use the paddle shifters now. Just drop it a couple gears here. And it gets back up to speed just like that, but we'll go ahead and put it back into Eco Pro. You still can use the paddle shifters, which is interesting. So even though it's in the eco fuel efficient mode, a little bit slower to get up to speed there, but obviously because you're trying to save on MPG. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a very comfortable SUV to drive. The seats are equally as comfortable. You have so many different adjustments that you can make on them to get them in the perfect position. So just at a stoplight here coming off the highway, I'll go over all of the interior materials. I really like how everything is laid out. You have leather on the steering wheel. You have a very nice center display screen along with all of the buttons down below. There's not too many buttons, which is nice. Everything else on the screen there is very easy to use, as I showed you. We're getting back on the highway now, so let's go back into manual mode, give it a little bit more gas here. It's a heavy vehicle, so it's not super quick, but it definitely gets up to speed. It has the torque just to get you up to speed, very smooth in those shifts as well, and they are instant the moment you hit those paddles. One thing that I've noticed too, changing lanes, as soon as the tires cross the dotted white lines here, I have the lane departure assist on at the moment, so it can feel the different lane changes and just gives you a little bit of feedback in the steering wheel. You can feel it vibrate just a little bit, telling you that you're getting out of that lane. That's gonna sum up my walk-around review and test drive of the all-new 2019 BMW X7. Huge thanks again to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, getting to look at their full-size 3-row seater vehicle. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you next video.